Hello everyone, welcome back to your physics class. I hope you all are good. In yesterday's video you have learnt about the laws of reflection, image formation by plane mirror and the difference between real and virtual images. So today we will start the next topic, that is characteristics of an image formed by a plane mirror. Some of the characteristics we have learnt while discussing the image formation by a plane mirror. So others we will discuss in this topic. So first is that image formed by a plane mirror is virtual and erect. Virtual means that image cannot be produced on a screen. The image that is formed by the plane mirror cannot be produced on screen, so it is virtual, and also it is erect. Erect means it is upright, but it is upright only if the object is kept upright in front of the mirror. If the object is kept inverted, then the image will also be inverted. So this is the first characteristic. Second is that the image is formed behind the mirror at the same distance from the mirror as the object is in front of it. It means, for example, if the mirror is here and we are standing at a distance of 2 meters from the mirror, that means here is the object, here is we are, and our image will also be formed 2 meters away from the mirror, behind the mirror. That means the distance at which we are standing in front of the mirror will make the image at the same distance behind the mirror. So our image will also be at a distance of 2 meters from the mirror. So we can say that the image is formed behind the mirror at the same distance from the mirror as the object is in front of it. If the object is at 4 meters, then this distance will also be 4 meters. If it is at 6 meters, then the image of that object will be at 6 meters. So the image distance will always be equal to the object distance. What is image distance and object distance? The distance of the object from the mirror is called object distance, and the distance of the image from the mirror is known as the image distance. So image distance will always be equal to the object distance in the image formed by the plane mirror. Next is the image is laterally inverted. Lateral inversion, we all know that if we see our left hand in the mirror, then it will appear right, and if we see our right hand, then it will appear left. So there is a left right inversion while seeing in the plane mirror. So from this we can say that the image is laterally inverted. Fourth one is that the image is always of the same size as that of the object. There is no difference in the size of the object. As what is the size of the object, that will be that will be the same as the size of the image. So there is no difference. That means we can say that the image will always be of the same size as that of the object. Next is the applications of the mirror. There are so many applications of the mirror. Firstly, we can see that we all are using the plane mirrors at our home, and for dressing up. So we can say that plane mirrors can be used as dressing table mirror. Next, one more thing, very exciting thing you should know, that we can make a small room to appear larger in size. How we can make a small room to appear larger in size? We can do this by covering one of the walls of the small room with the plane mirror, which will give the false dimensions to the small space used in the showrooms. This is a type of illusion made by using plane mirrors. How a small room can appear larger in size by covering one of the walls of the room with the plane mirror. So this happens because when a mirror is placed, the distance when one of the wall is covered by plane mirror, the distance is multiplied by 2 in its reflection. So that's why the room will appear larger in size, and its dimensions will also increase. So it will give the false dimensions. So it appears to be the bigger one in size. Next is that the plane mirror is also used at barber shop. In the barber shop, the barber uses this plane mirror to show the backside of the customer's head to the customer. Next is this is used by the army personnel and the scouts for giving signals. The next application of the mirrors is that these are used in the solar cookers to direct sunlight to the interior of the cooker, so that the more of the sunlight is focused on the solar cooker to cook the food. Next is these are used in the instruments kaleidoscope and periscope. What are kaleidoscope and periscope? These are the scientific instruments. Kaleidoscope is an optical instrument which is used to make different colored and repeating patterns by using light and mirrors to reflect the objects. Or we can say that it is a toy which consists of a tube, small tube. We can also make a kaleidoscope at our home by using some mirrors and lights and some colored glass or paper strips, and in this way we can make a kaleidoscope. So it is we can say that it is a type of toy consisting of a tube containing mirrors and pieces of some colored glass and or a colored paper. So this is the kaleidoscope, and the other one is the periscope. In periscope we are also using the plane mirrors. So what is periscope? It is also an instrument which uses prisms and lenses or these plane mirrors to reflect images through a tube used in the submarines to see above the water. You all, I think you all are familiar with this type of instrument, periscope. You have often seen in the television movies that some persons are using some instruments to see the objects above the water surface. That means these are used in the submarines to see the objects above the water surface, and that instrument is known as the periscope. Next application of the plane mirrors is that these can be used for decorations in the showcase and in jeweler shop and antique pieces shop. So when they are placed between two plane mirrors to form the multiple images, because multiple images can be formed when the two mirrors are placed inclined to each other like this. These are the two plane mirrors, and when any object is placed in between these mirrors, then there will be multiple images of that object. So in this way some decorations are created by using the plane mirrors. Next is the speed of light. So what is speed of light? Speed of light means the light with which the speed moves, that is known as speed of light. So speed of light is denoted by c, and this speed of light is different in different mediums. As we know, there can be different mediums like air, water, glass, and there is also vacuum. Vacuum is just a space with no medium. So there will be different value of speed of light in different mediums. In air or in vacuum, these are approximated. In air, the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and that is approximately equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second in vacuum also. Next is in water, the speed of light is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and in glass it is 2 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So why it decreases? It is decreasing because of the refractive index of these materials. What refractive index you will learn in the higher classes. Refractive index is related to the density of the materials. As we know, glass is much denser than water and air, so the speed of light decreases in glass, and it is less in water, and it is more in air because air is less dense than water and glass. So this is the value of speed of light in air, water and glass. Next is we study about colors, primary and secondary colors. So first is the primary colors. Primary colors are those which, when combined with the correct intensities, give white light, or we can say that the colors of light that produce white light when combined with the correct intensity are called primary colors. Correct intensity means right amount. When these are mixed with right amount, they will produce white light, and that colors are known as primary colors. Red, green and blue are the primary colors. So these primary colors can be mixed together in some proportions to make other colors that are known as secondary colors. So next we will study about secondary colors or color addition. So what is color addition or secondary colors? When the primary colors are mixed together, when any of the two primary colors are mixed together, then they will produce secondary colors, or also known as composite colors, and that is known as color addition. Color addition is the process where two primary colors are mixed together to form the secondary colors. So magenta, cyan, yellow are the secondary colors. How these colors are formed, you can see here. When red and green are mixed together, then they will produce yellow color, and when blue and green are mixed together, they will produce cyan, and when red and blue are mixed, they will produce magenta. But when these three primary colors are mixed together, then the overlapped area will appear white. That means they will produce white light when these three primary colors are mixed together. So this is also the definition of the primary colors. Or we can also do an activity to form these secondary colors from primary colors. Here we have seen that if we mix red with green, it will produce yellow. Red plus blue will be equal to magenta, and if we add blue color in green, then, or we can say that when we mix blue and green with each other, then that will be equal to cyan color. So these are the different secondary colors. We can also form these secondary colors by doing an activity at our home. So for that you need only three torch lights, and the three cellophane tapes of red, blue and green colors. So what you have to do, firstly you will take that torch lights and you will cover the glass of the torch light with the three cellophane tapes. That means red cellophane tape, blue cellophane tape and green cellophane tape or paper. You will cover the glass of that torches with the three types of papers, and after that when you switch on these three lights on a wall, then where the two colors, for example, this is the color emitted by the red torch, this is the light emitted by the blue torch, and this is the light emitted by the green torch. So the area where the red and blue lights overlap, then that area will appear to us magenta. Where the blue and green light overlaps with each other, overlap means when they will mix together, then that area will appear as cyan, and the area where the red and green will overlap, that area will appear as yellow. But the area where these three lights will overlap with each other, that means where red, blue and green lights overlap with each other, then that area will appear white. So in this way we can form the secondary colors by using the three torch lights covered with the three colored papers that are red, blue and green. So these are the formation of secondary colors. Next we will study about complementary colors. So what are complementary colors? Complementary colors are those which when mixed together will give white light. These are known as complementary colors. For example, when red and cyan, blue and yellow and green and magenta are mixed with each other, then they will form white light. So that's why these are known as complementary colors. So here are some uses of primary and complementary colors. First is, this is the use of primary color. As we see in our color TV or computer screen, that there is an array of tennis courts. Array means there will be number of tennis courts, and each will consist of the three phosphor dots. The tennis courts each are composed of the three phosphor dots, which corresponds to the three primary colors red, blue and green. So when these red, blue and green color are used in the TV, they will produce the different colors in the TV screen. Next is the use of these complementary colors. During the whitewashing of the buildings, the indigo is mixed with the lime. Whitewashing means कि जब भी buildings को पेंट किया जाता है, तो वहाँ पर जब हम वाइट कलर अप्लाई करते हैं, तो उसके साथ जो इंडिगो है उसको मिक्स किया जाता है. दैट वाइट कलर इज नोन एज लाइम, जिसको हम कली भी बोलते हैं. तो उसमें क्या है कि इंडिगो को मिक्स किया जाता है. वाई? बिकॉज विद द पासेज ऑफ टाइम द कलर ऑफ बिल्डिंग्स बिकम येलो, एंड टू प्रिवेंट दिस indigo color is mixed with lime. as we know, indigo or blue is the complementary color of yellow. So that's why when we mix indigo with lime, this will prevent the color of buildings becoming yellow. So due to this is mixed with the lime. So this is about the uses of primary and complementary colors. Thank you.